we've discovered what the Find Music page is and we're headed into the song page. We're going to go ahead and click on one of the song titles to take us into the song page. We've decided in this case that we like 10,000 Reasons, Bless the Lord, number 2, which is a Lifeway worship song. A little side note for you all is if you have an orchestra or you're looking for a little bit more comprehensive charts, the Lifeway worship song is usually the arrangement that you're going to want to choose because we've given a full treatment to that. Also, I think important to note too is when we create content, we try and keep it instrumentalist friendly and vocalist friendly, so we're not singing into the stratosphere. So we do have artist-oriented charts, which you'll see here, but you will also see those Lifeway worship song versions, which will hopefully serve your church and get people singing, because that's what we're after, right? Okay, so let's click on 10,000 Reasons, Bless the Lord, number 2. This takes us to our song page. So this is where you're going to find all the things that you want to purchase for that song and to get more information on it. The first thing you're going to see here is the title, and we try to give as much helpful information as we can. Now remember when I mentioned that the search feature is comprehensive, it's looking for all of this type of information. That's why you can type in lyrics or song titles or hymn numbers as well. This is where it finds that information, and this is also helpful in letting you know, is this, slow, or is this going to be a longer duration song? In this case, you can see it's 5 minutes and 34 seconds, and we've also tagged it. Praise and adoration, worship, exaltation of God, His love, mercy, and grace. So many of those things that this song touches and will pull up when you type any of that criteria in the search field. So this gives you a chance, if you didn't listen to it on the Find Music page, this gives you a chance to go ahead and play the song, just to make sure you're still on the right one and it is the one that you wanted. We do have full-length recordings for just about all of these, which is great. That's something that we were excited to offer too, so you don't just get a little bit of a blurb. Okay, so let's look at what some of these tabs look like. The first thing that you're going to see is song parts, and this is where you're going to find everything that's available for the song. Now, important to note is we have 4 tabs here, and we don't want you to miss those. We've got home, we've got tracks, visual, and charts. Now, our home tab is where you're going to find the most commonly sought after things like the listening demo, lead sheet. You'll see chord charts, piano accompaniment as well. But don't let that make you think that that's all that's available. Let's look at the charts themselves. Right here, you can see right here for this song, we have every instrument of the orchestra covered. And what's even great beyond that is not just even seeing that it's there, any of these print links are clickable. So for example, let's click on the lead sheet. This right here brings up a full preview copy of the entire song from beginning to end, so you can see exactly what it is that you're buying. We also try to be considerate of you too, so we've kept our watermarks small so you can really get a good feel for what the music is and what it looks like. You can do that for any of the print music that's on there. The visual, this is where you're going to find your overhead PowerPoint files. If you don't see one for whatever reason, you can click on a different key. I'll explain that as well. There's different key options, but that is where your PowerPoint files will show up. Your tracks. We know that there's many churches out there as well that you might not even have a pianist, or you might even have a soloist that wants to sing. We've got a variety of different kinds of accompaniment tracks. Here you can see the listening demo. And like any of the other examples, you can go ahead and simply click on that. It will play that listening demo. We also have split tracks and stereo tracks as well. So the listening demo, we do get the question, what are some of the terms that these are? This is as you would kind of hear it on the radio. It won't be by the original artist, but it will be a recording of the song. And these can be helpful for those churches who maybe don't have a song leader. We know many of you pastors out there are the ones who are trying to do everything from bringing the word to being in charge of the worship service, and sometimes you need a little help. The listening demos can be great to play if you kind of want that lead vocal on there. We also do have split tracks, which many of you are familiar with, where the pre-recorded accompaniment music is on one channel or speaker and the singing is on the other, so you can control your left and right balance if you need just a little bit of support from the vocals, or eliminate them altogether. We also do have stereo tracks with no vocals at all. Sometimes we know you don't need that. You've got your own vocalist covered, then we've got you covered for the track. And then the MP3 multi-track files. These are great, and these are kind of a newer thing. that have really started to rise up within the last 2 or 3 years within the church. Another term is stem files. Now what these are, you'll notice they're a little bit more. These are actual subgroups of the instruments. So when you purchase this song and you download it, you're going to get individual tracks for your drums, for your acoustic guitar, your electric guitar, your piano, your keys, your strings, everything that makes up the song. And what that allows you to do is pull these tracks into a playback environment. And you can control your own volumes and levels. And where these can really come in handy is, let's say your drummer calls out. You're without a drummer. Well, you can simply mute the instruments that you already have instrumentalists for and just let the drum track play back. Or you don't happen to have that string orchestra, but we've recorded that. You can allow whatever tracks that you would like to play back and mute whatever ones that you already have those instruments for. So these have become more and more popular. And I will say one benefit that we're so grateful for is Lifeway Worship is in the heart of Music City, right there in Nashville, Tennessee. So we have access to the top session guys, the top studios. You put that combination together, you've got just about all that you need. And one thing that just even takes it further is the guys we work with and those musicians in those studios love the Lord. So you've got a package right here of A-class musicians who can be a part of your worship service in the mornings. So going back to these tabs, that covers what is available on those. You will also see again those key options. We've tried to provide a couple of different keys available for each of the songs because sometimes we know something might be a tad bit high or it might be just a little bit low, but we try and be sensible as far as, hey, what is it that the congregation can sing, and try and give you a couple of little options for that. For you orchestra guys, I'll mention real quick that we do have finale files, which are our fully editable master files. So if you have Finale software, which it does require, you can pull those on in and create your own orchestrations and all of your own editing and the like. So this is what you're going to find on the Song Parts tab. Right over here, we have a tab that's called Lyrics, and you can see we've got a chorus and a verse there, just to make sure that this is the song that you're looking for. And again, it's also tied to our search engine to help you make sure that you're getting something that's relevant to what you typed on in. This I love right here. We have an additional info tab. Sometimes we get calls saying, hey, what's the CCLI number for the song? We've got that listed. Again, time signature, keys that are available, the beats per minute, and then you're going to note right here, scripture. This is important to us. These aren't just songs. These help to convey and carry the word, and it's very important that all of the content on our website is relevant to scripture and is word and is consistent. So we actually have that scripture, as I mentioned before, tied to it, and this is where you can take it a step further. You can see for this song, we've got Psalm 34 and Psalm 103:1. You can just simply click on that scripture, because sometimes, it's great to have scripture, but sometimes you need a little bit more context. This actually will open up the word search Bible page and allow you to really delve a little bit deeper with the scripture that is tied to this song to give you a greater understanding of it as well. You can also see some of the publishing information down here as well, which can be happen. And sometimes it's helpful to know, you're looking for a song that was written by somebody. We have that information as well. So this is what is going to be tied to the different items that you can actually purchase on the song, and all you have to do is simply put in the quantity of the items that you're looking for, and then once you do it, you just simply add it to your cart. And from that point, it will take you to your cart view where you can do a couple of other things, and I'll show you a couple of features such as Song Map that takes it a step further.